Today we're going to get started talking about Line 3 gear, and we're going to get started with my absolute favorite backpack, the Source Commander. These are made in Israel. They're kind of hard to get in the US because Source doesn't seem to really care that much about the US market, well, US civilian market at least. So you kind of have to do some looking to find one of these. Both of these packs behind me were bought on Amazon. When you order, sometimes you get the right thing, sometimes you don't through Amazon sellers. So these are kind of annoying to source, pardon the pun, these backpacks. But I find these to be just amazing packs. Generally, anytime I need a backpack and I'm not doing something overnight, these are what I grab. So let's get started. They come in 3 colors, so you can get them in Coyote Brown, you can get them in multicam, and they also come in black. I don't have a black example for you. Okay, so the basic pack here, these are made in Israel. It's got a cargo capacity of 610 cubic inches, and in addition to that, it will also comes with a water reservoir back there that will hold 101 ounces of water. Now, this is made in Israel. They're one of those countries that hasn't landed a man on the moon, so they refer to this as having a cargo capacity of 10 liters and a water capacity of 3 liters. Now, you do get on the top of the pack, you've got some MOLLE webbing. There's 3 rows of MOLLE. This one's MOLLE. The one above is just Velcro. And you've got these 2 rows of Velcro that you can use if you've got any sort of patches, IDs, that kind of thing that you can put on your pack. Normally, I don't bother to put anything on here. During the summer, when it gets really hot out, I will actually attach M4 magazine pouches, because the double M4 magazine pouches, like this little guy, will also hold a regular bottle of water. So that's kind of nice to have the spare water when you're hiking in the summer. So I'll do that. Anyways, going through the pack, in back, you just simply have a hydration carrier pocket. Let's bring the camera down. Hydration carrier pocket. It has one hanger on the top in the center for your hydration carrier. Comes with a Source bladder. Source makes some of the absolute best bladders. I think these are better than Camelback's bladders and competitive with Platypus. Talk more about bladders later. This inner back pouch for your water is actually got some insulation on it. So if you're out in the heat, it'll keep it a little cool. And you've got a hole in the back under the drag handle for your tube to come out. And then on the webbing, or on the straps, you've got these little guides here for the tube. And from the factory, you also have a sternum strap. Personally, I find sternum straps really annoying, so I remove them. And I also usually cut off the labels. This is not the pack that gets the most use. Now, the backing on here, you can see, is all mesh. I don't know if this is a thing with their newer packs. I used to have an older version of this pack, and it did not come with mesh on the back. It was just solid material, Cordura, I think. And then on the 2 sides, it had foam that came out with an empty spot in the middle that would allow your back to breathe kind of through that middle strap, which was an awesome setup for Texas because you're going to get hot and sweaty anyways, and it's at least easier to clean, where this mesh doesn't make all that much of a difference in the summer. You've got a drag handle. Now, there's 2 versions of this pack. This is the 10-liter version in front of me, which is, I believe, the only one that's currently in production. They used to make a 5-liter pack, which for most of what I did was actually a better backpack. The main difference is the 10-liter pack has this extra cargo compartment there, which doesn't exist on the 5-liter pack. And then in addition to that, let's open it up. That's just mostly an empty compartment. You do have a zipper on the top, so you can potentially throw some small stuff in here. When I'm day hiking, normally that's where I'll throw a first aid kit and a warm insulating jacket if it's going to get cold goes in there. Usually it's empty though. And then you have 2 additional exterior pockets. One on the bottom, one on the top. The bottom pocket has no organization whatsoever. It's just an empty pocket. The top pocket has quite a bit of organization if we look in here. You've got little spacers if you want to stick pens in there. You've got a larger pocket here. You can see my fingers going in there. And it's got a bungee on top of that pocket and a little Velcro piece so you can adjust the height of the bungee. Put it farther down, farther up. Honestly, I have no idea what you'd use this for. Occasionally, I'll stick a spare magazine in there, depending on what I'm doing hiking. And then that all opens up, and in there you've got another space and a clip for keys. I'd say these, like this organization doesn't hurt to have. I don't find it particularly useful most of the time. Occasionally I'll put a headlamp in the back there. But it's not that great. As the older version of the Source packs does not have this big middle compartment, and it's just the front two. Honestly, for most stuff, I like that better. As you can see, with this pack, it doesn't have any sort of compression straps, and this is my biggest criticism on these. So you can't just squeeze it down to get rid of that extra area. If you just don't need to carry the extra stuff, you can't squeeze the pack down. You've got the extra length banging around. I'll go through the way this pack's set up later on another video, because this just literally came back from hiking and haven't emptied my pack here. I've gone through, I've had 3 of these packs. The first one was stolen, which was the smaller 5-liter one. I hiked close to 3,000 miles with that pack. It literally got used daily in the woods, and usually for over an hour every day. And in all that time, it got one rip about somewhere up here, and it was about 3-4 millimeter long L-shaped scratch, and that was it. So these packs are incredibly durable, which is one of the reasons I like them so much. I have been playing around, as you can see, adding a compression strap. I've yet to come up with something that works well, just something to be aware of. This bottom compartment, as I was saying before, usually I will have rain gear in here, so that's USGI Industries poncho in there. Also works well with just a rain jacket. I'm still trying to decide which I like better. And carabiner, obviously, you can clip whatever you want. I will say, for running your hydration hose, I do like running it back and forth through the webbing on the strap, through the little Velcro piece, and then at the bottom, I put a magnet that just clips it all together. You don't need the magnet, it'll work without it. I just find it so much easier, and it keeps the tube out of my way when I'm hiking with these. And as I said, if you're looking for a pack and you're not doing overnight activities, this is probably the best pack you can get, in my opinion, for just day hiking, for airsoft. Pretty much anytime you're going to be out, whether you're just going 3 miles in going an hour hike, and you need water, or if you're going to be going on an extended all-day 10-15 mile hike, or playing airsoft for a day. This is really a great option, if you can find one. And we'll continue going over other types of packs next week. Yeah, it'd be nice to pull enough to get water.